Assalamu alaikum, adab, good evening, and welcome to another Goff Shoff with EjaySam. So, I'll just wait for people to start joining in, and in the meantime, I'll start, sharing the page. Obviously, without the shares, not many people would be watching, they'll be missing out. So, I'll start sharing the page whilst everyone starts to come on. Did you say, do we have anyone online? Okay, well, it seems we're not doing too bad. We've got four people online. That's really good. It's a good start. So whilst you guys are, why don't you share the page? Tag a friend or someone, to get this video up and going, so we can have a good conversation going. Let's see. Here we go. Lovely jubbly. Let's share this. Right. So bear with us, folks. I'm just waiting for people to start joining, and obviously start sharing as well, because sharing is caring. And in that gap, I'll start sharing with a few of my groups. So hopefully, we should get some interaction today. Ask a topic. It's an interesting topic. Let's have a look. Let's see. Sharing it. Right, I have to obviously share it to my I Love Bangladesh group as well. Don't want to have them missing out on it. And finally share it to my page so people can watch it as well. Let's see. Share on Facebook, on my page. Done. Okay, great. Okay, hopefully that's probably getting people started. So let's see. Where is everyone? Is everyone here? Okay, we'll just wait for people to come on. Right, we've got a couple of comments. Did you say what have we got? Right, okay. So far, Afzal Miason, Samuddin, Jackson Mia, Assalamu alaikum everyone, thank you for joining us. Ereh, as Chinese way of Assalamu alaikum bro, hope you're well. Asi, Jackson Mia, salam, adab to team MBS and the viewers, walaikum salam, and Samuddin or salam dison, everyone. How are you, dear brother? Doing you're well? Yes, inshallah. Yes, we're all fine. Regulars are here waiting, bro. Right. Let's not keep you guys waiting too long. As the title suggested, I did a video on a very good topic. A few videos back, a sister suggested that we talk about a pretty common issue. Common একটা জিনিস আমরা সাধারণত আমরা বিদেশি, not necessarily Londony, not necessarily Americani, Middle East, wherever আমরা যেন আছি, আমরা সাধারণত এই জিনিসটা আমরা হইয়া থাকি। So that sister, put a very good question forward, saying, why do we build luxurious houses, lavish houses back home in Bangladesh? And Odesho amda mane borderline poverty was দেখলাম. So what's the point? So just to sort of elaborate on that, let's see if we get a few more viewers, and then we'll move on to the actual topic. I'm just going to put a little bit of a lavish behind me, nice cushion. Feels good. So what do you guys think of the topic so far? Let me know. Is it a good topic to discuss? Let me know. Let me know in the comments. Right, okay. So, আজকের বিষয় এসে গিয়ে আমরা বিদেশ দ্বারা আছি। আমরা সাধারণত আমরা দেশে দিয়ে আমরা বড় গড় বাড়ি বানাই, আমরা খুব মহান হইয়া বানাই, খুব বড় হইয়া বানাই। অথচ অনেকের আমরা আছে যে আমরা বাড়ি থাকবার মানুষ নাই, so it is quite funny really, if you think about it, অত সব কষ্ট হইয়া আপনারা পয়সা জমা করলাম, আর ও পয়সা জমা হইয়া কিছু কঞ্জুসি হিয়ার কঞ্জুসি দেয়ার, বালা এখন খাবার ফিনতে আসলা ফিনলা না, বালা এখন জিনিস খাইতে আসলা খাইলে না হইয়া মানে খড়ি হইয়া আপনারা জমা হইয়া বাড়িত গিয়া বাসা, যারা টাউনও আসুন বাসা করলা, যারা গাঁও আসুন বড় হইয়া বাড়ি একটা করলা. As a good example, I'll just use one of my relatives example. So essentially what had happened is Ereh family মাঝে সবই সকলো উদ্দেশ্য, everyone's in this country, living in the Midlands, তারা family বড়, but like I said, everyone's over here. আর শুধু একজন বাকি দুজন, একজন ভাই দেশে আসুন, তো টাইম থাকরা তানের ফ্যামিলি লিয়া, তানের ছেলে মেয়ে সকলো বিয়া শাদী হরাইলছেন. It's just that guy and his missus. Now again, like I say, if you make a basha, in a town or city, the main expense would be towards the planning, getting planning permission from the Foroshoba or the district council as they call them, and at the same time, more or less, the contractor varies. In the cities you have to get approved contractors. Backhand jobs don't apply. You have to actually have city approved contractors to actually complete your work. In the towns sometimes you can get away with it, and in the villages obviously your guess is as good as mine, anything goes. But mainly, like Gawo Hall, Gawo Hall, Foroshobar Bitrase, but within the district council or the council area, these definitely need planning. So according to planning, you have to submit your designs and everything, and workmanship, materials, estimate, cost, either contractor but once you approve one. So I've got a couple of other people watching as well. Let's see, we've got Jubair Chaudhry and Muhammad Mukit. Assalamu alaikum, thank you for joining. We've got an interesting topic today, and just to sort of recap for you guys, the topic is, why do we build lavish homes back home, lavish luxurious homes back home, and over here why do we live borderline in poverty, which is a question posed by a sister a few shows back. She's actually mentioned it in a comment what I asked, in general, what kind of topics you'd like me to cover in the future. And she actually mentioned it. Oh, we've also got Lenny Sai and Sonia Ahmed. Assalamu alaikum. Thank you for joining us. And essentially, I just thought that, yeah, that is a really, really good topic to actually discuss, because বিভিন্ন মানুষের বিভিন্ন ধরনের কারণ থাকে. For example, যারা family আছে দেশে, obviously it makes perfect sense, because why do most of us work? To improve the family life. But the question then becomes, why do some people, like still make basha bari back home when everyone's over here or everyone's, abroad, whether it be England, America, the Middle East, or other places in Europe. And it's a really good question. Personally, Tawhid Rahman Bhai o dekhra. Assalamu alaikum Tawhid Rahman Bhai. Asha kori bala asun. So going back to the topic, essentially, এটা আসলে খুব একটা দারুণ একটা প্রশ্ন, যার বিভিন্ন কারণ থাকতে পারে. For example, আমার যদি ভাই বোন বা extended family আমরা দেশে থেকে থাকুন, then obviously, তারা থাকার একটা ব্যবস্থার দরকার. They need a decent place to live. And there's also a bit of peer pressure. Peer pressure বলতে এলাকার লোকজনে কিতা হয়, এলাকার মানুষে কিতা হয়. You know how it is. আমরা দেশের মানুষে কিছু রিমার্কস হল, মানে ফাঁকিদি রিমার্কস হল দিলেই বা কিছু, essentially saying things in the lines of তারা লন্ডন থাকিয়া বাড়িঘর ও বাই দিয়ে সালি দিয়ে ফানি ফরে মেঘ ফললে, বা দেখো চাই তারা এক জায়গায় এটা যেমন এটা কিতা হয়, গরু বানাইয়া রাখি দিছে, তিনি একটা দেখার মতো একটা জিনিস করতো. It's like some people do it to meet people's expectations and others do it for practical purposes. Now আরেকটা কারণ আছে, অনেক সময় আছে যে we've also got Shaheen Ahmed watching as well. Hello everyone. Hello to you. Assalamu alaikum. Thank you for joining us. And by the way, guys, please share the video. Tag a couple of friends, so that they also get to, watch it. Make comments as well. You never know, it might be quite useful to them. And if not, at least I get a bit of a morale boost knowing that, yeah, I've got a handful of people watching. So going back to the topic, I'm just thinking, like, আমরা যারা বিদেশ আছি, again, whether we're in Europe, America, the Middle East, anywhere else, do we all have that perception? As in, do we sometimes question, what's the point of having, basha bari when we're all here? Or, do someone want to, like sort of start an argument on the other side saying, well, why not? Let's see. We've got a couple of, one comment here. Sonia Ahmed saying, Salam, Sam Bhai, and everyone else. Good topic as usual, but sadly can't watch it now. My buddy's given up. Inshallah, we'll watch the recorded program tomorrow. No worries. We'll try and, like put up a good show for you, Sonia Ji. And you relax. You've had a hard day at work. Chill. Take a chill pill. And hopefully, you get some rest. Okay? And have a good night. So carrying on, we're just thinking about, there's one logical way of looking at things. For example, I've got a younger brother, and that's it. In our family, it's just me and my brother. I don't have any sisters. I don't have any other brothers. It's just me and my younger brother. And we're both over here. We don't have, we have a couple of cousins back home. Apart from them, we don't really have any close relatives. So for us, it's a different story, because we don't need to go back to Bangladesh as often as. But on the flip side, অনেকের আছে, family আছে, um, Sonia Ahmed Jia Huida, thanks by Allah Hafiz to you. But on the flip side, অনেকের আছে, they've got the whole family, or the majority of the family are back home. And, অনেকে আছে, for example, আমরা old school thought, যেমন আমরা বাফসা সাইন্টের একটা চিন্তাধারণা আছিল যে, okay, আমরা উদ্দেশ্য আইয়া আমরা মেইন উদ্দেশ্য হয়েছে গিয়া কিছু টাকা পয়সা খামাইয়া আমরা জায়গা জমিন লইব, কিছু দান ফসল লইব, if things look good, বাসা বিটার জায়গা করব কিছু, and then we're gonna go. That was their intention back then. And fast forward, like 40, 50, 60 years down the line, we're still here. Tarar aulai do hol, amda onu huasi. Some of us, amda maze onek ason, ze amda fortek bosor amda desho zai. Every year. I certainly did, from my youth, from my days of my youth. I used to go back Bangladesh almost every year, and definitely, like in my adulthood, I went back every single year, because, we've got bits and bobs, going on back home. So that's my reason, but I don't have family as such. Now, when the sister actually posed the question, she wanted to elaborate, but I got the gist of it. And also, because some people don't actually comment on the post itself. Muhammad Mahmoud is watching. Assalamu alaikum Batiza, how are you? I hope you're enjoying the show so far. Again, like I said, guys, share the video, tag a couple of friends, try and get them over to watch the show. Invite them over. So from the inboxes that I've got, the messages, the private messages that I've got, from there I got the idea that what most people are trying to say is quite logical. For example, if one person comes to England, বয়স হয়তো 10 বছর বয়স আইছিল, Assalamu alaikum Raju Ahmed and Joynal Bhai, yes, they're watching as well. A big wave to you guys, and I hope you're all right. So going back to the conversation, the private messages that I got, from those, combining all the messages, the idea that I got is, if there was a logic behind it as to why, and some of them are basically spelling it out for me, saying, well, look, আমি 10 বছর বয়সে আমি আইছি উদ্দেশ্য, আমার বয়স হলো বর্তমানে 23। সো 10 বছর বয়সে আমি বাংলাদেশ থেকে আইছি উদ্দেশ্য, আর এই দেশে আমি 20 বছর খাটাইছি রাফলি, আরও 20 বছরের মাঝে আমি সাইড বার গেছি খালি দেশে সাইড মাসাল লাগি। সো একবার এক মাস শেষ পাশ করিয়ে থাকছন out of the 4 visits. So if we were to calculate how much time they spent in Bangladesh and how much time they spent here in England or in America or Europe or Asia, wherever, if we were to tally up the time spent at where they are, whether they're in Bangladesh or whether they're in abroad, then you see that the guy who came over at age 10, he spent 10 years of his life in Bangladesh, and out of the following 20, he spent 4 months in Bangladesh. So that equates to 10 years and 4 months, and that leaves what? 19 years and 8 months? 19 years and 8 months over here or abroad. So the next line of questioning is, Oh, go on. We've got Amra Yamin Chodiro Dekhra. Assalamu alaikum, bro. Big thumbs up to you. Thank you for watching. So, on that note, you know, essentially you're saying is that আমি 10 বছর 4 মাস আমি থাকছি বাংলাদেশে in total out of the 30 years, and 19 বছর 8 মাস আমি থাকছি ওদেশে. So looking at that logic, if we were to look at a further 20 years down the line, logic would dictate, looking at historical events, that he would spend a further 4 months in Bangladesh. So in total, out of 60 years, he has spent 10 years and 8 months, and the rest abroad. So logically, doesn't it warrant for him to have certain luxuries where he resides the most, rather than having most of the luxuries back home in Bangladesh, where he very rarely gets to enjoy it? What do you guys think? You know, pop down a few comments. Let's see. You know, like, let's get the conversation going. I mean, that's all from me. You know, I need you guys to sort of you know, bring the conversation to life. So I've got Modina Huida. It is a tax dodge, undeclared income, not all but most probably. You got a point. Haron, obviously, you know, for various reasons, I mean, you know, I wouldn't want to say much. Kamran was আমি বেশি হইতাম চাইলাম না খালি জানলাম না খেয়ে দেখতে পারে আর দেখে যদি তাহলে তো, you know, like, just poses questions. Our question, as the Bengali saying goes, zir kuste gya half mili jai, zir kurte gya half uti jai. So I know exactly where you're coming from, and you know, I'm sure everyone that's watching the video knows what you're referring to. And it's quite interesting. Some of them, yes, they do, because Bharti ze tekha ba Bharti ze foysha tara kunano lukaito, obviously. Arekta jinish amra mane make sure kortam bo. Oh, we've got Khairul Islam Brai is watching as well. Assalamu alaikum, bro. Thank you for joining us. Arekta issue is here, যে আমরা যে লাইফস্টাইলটা মোটামুটি reasonable. When I say reasonable, cost effective to the point where আমরা মাদক দ্রব্যের কোনো অভ্যাস নাই. For example, you know, আমরা drinking করি না, আমরা drugs ব্যবহার করি না, well, majority of us anyway, যার কারণে ওই যে অতিরিক্ত ব্যয় আছে আমরা, অতিরিক্ত খরচ, এই অতিরিক্ত খরচটাও না আমরা পয়সা কিছু বাঁচের. সাধারণত আমরা traditional family, when I say traditional family, I mean people who are still ফুরানা স্টাইলের. Again, আমি ক্লারিফাই করি, ফুরানা স্টাইলে বলতে যেমন conservative. I think that's the better word to use, conservative. আমরা যারা conservative আছেন, you know, তারা হয়তো বারা গিয়া বেশি খানা পিনা করতে নাই. You know, don't go out that often. You know, don't go out to dine to restaurants, entertainment purposes. You know, family evening at the cinemas, etc., etc. Khub khomoy. We've got Jamal Mia watching as well. Assalamu alaikum, bro. Nice of you to join us. Again, guys, everyone that's watching, please, you know, like, smash the like button. Let me know that you guys are still alive and breathing, and you also, you know, appreciate some of the stuff that I'm saying. And also, don't be shy to share, because the more you share, the more people get to watch it, and it gives me something to gauge at the end of the day, whether it's worth me, you know, like, sort of wasting your time with my gibberish. Khairul Baya, Kuida, Walaikum Salam Bye. Well, fantastic. Stay with us, yes. Keep smashing that like button. Right, so as I was saying, আমরা যে খরচটা আছে, আমরা খরচটা আমরা ইউরোপিয়ান কাউন্টারপার্ট এরার তুলনায় অনেক কম। But at the same time, যদিও নানি আমরা ইউরোপিয়ান কাউন্টারপার্টে say majority of their income খরচ হয়ে যায় গিয়ে going out, we gotta take into consideration that about their income level as well. আমরা সাধারণত আমরা বাঙালি গড় আমরা average income ডিপেন্ড করে কয়জন মানুষে কাম করদা গড়ের মাঝে। সো গড়ে যদি আমি 200 ফোন করি যদি ধরি আর 3 জনে কাম করুন, তো গড়ের ইনকাম হইব 600 ফোন। আর আগে যে আমরা মদিন বাইয়া হইসলা যে থেরা বেখা হইল তো আর একটু এক্সট্রা বললো না নি, হিগুনা আমি আর হিসাব হারাইতাম না, just in case lost in translation, etc. You know the score. And Muhammad Ataur Rahman Bayo Dehra Kayum Rahim is watching as well. Assalamu alaikum guys, thank you for joining us this evening. So in contrast, our European counterpart tarar madok drobber maze, for example drinking, etc. various activities er maze tarar majority income tara okut khoros kori deয়, chilling out, having nights out, etc. You know the score. Whereas আমরা বেশিরভাগ আমরা বাঙালি ফ্যামিলি আমরা এই ধরনের একটু কম করি, যার কারণে আমরা ইনকামটা তুলনামূলকভাবে বাড়ছে। On the other hand, what we have is, যদিও আমরা মাদক দ্রব্য ইউজ করি না, ব্যবহার করি না, আর আমরা অত বাইরে যাই না, তারপরেও আমরা যে মেইন একটা জিনিস, ফর এক্সাম্পল মাছে ভাতে বাঙালি, আমরা মাছের তো অনেক দর, okay, down south it's cheap, it's cheaper than it is up here in the northwest, because of for obvious reasons, shippings, containers, etc. south of the eye, then it gets shipped over to us, so it's like we have to go through a middleman, which means a cost to cover that middleman, etc. So majority of our expenses is actually spent on our groceries. Now an average family, I'm just going to use a figure from out of the air, just grab a figure. I'm just going to say a family of four, 2 buraburi and 2 adults. Now on average, like the weekly, I'd say to be safe, weekly groceries would be anything between £90 to £150, depending on how lavish their lifestyle is. Whereas Ereh, sorry guys, Muhammad Shazono যোগদান দিছন, Afsar Khan Shaboyo যোগদান দিছন, Assalamu alaikum guys, Muhammad Shazano Hira, let's see, Sasa Fildo Asi, good lad, stay there lad, you're my defender. Amda Afsar Khan Shabe salam dison holde, Assalamu alaikum, wa alaikum salam. We've got Shuel Mia watching as well. Hello bro, thank you for joining us. So going back to the topic itself, so আমরা যখন আমরা ইনকামটা ব্যালেন্স হইটা দেখা যায়, তারপরেও আমরা মোটামুটি লাক্সারির মতো থাকিয়া আমরা পয়সা কিছু বাঁচে at the end of the week. And like Modin, as I mentioned earlier, আমরা যে থেরা বেখা ইনকাম একটা আছে, ওটার সাথে যোগ দিয়া অনেক টাকা হয়ে যায় আমরা দেশের তুলনায়। Now again, question is, আমরা যদি দেশে আত্মীয় স্বজন থেকে থাকে, then yes, আমরা টাকা পাঠাইমু, ঘর বাড়ি বানাইমু, ঔষধপত্র খরাইমু, মেডিসিন, etc. আর যদি কেউ থাকুন না আমরা, then আমরা সাহায্য করলাম যে সময় আমরা পারি। Other than that, I can't see, the logic behind it. But again, like I say, this is your show where you dictate which direction it goes. So again, what do you guys think? And the topic today, the main question is, why do you think people make lavish homes back home in Bangladesh, Gawo, Shoro, lavish homes, and then all the show amda mane goribullah hantaki khene? What could be the reasoning behind it? Could it be peer pressure, as in manche itaita hoibo, and batiza shazono hoida, they just want to make their name big in Desh? Could it be futani? You guys tell me. You know, let's run with the topic. Let's see, you know, like what everyone says. Shuelmia, hello bro. Thumbs up, hello to you. Mohammed Shaduna, we saw their in-laws can say Amar Damanda show. Yeah. That too, yes. Hodwari gutum borogutum. Jitu miyabayu dehra. Assalamu alaikum jitu bai. Thank you for joining us. So again, you know, just for everyone who's just recently joined, today's topic is about why do we make lavish homes back home, lavish houses or lavish estates? Why do we make them back home when we spend more time here living on borderline poverty? So, you know, let's take it off, guys. Let's see, you know, let's carry the conversation. We're already half an hour into the show, and as I mentioned, last program was mentioned over Salam ze onek shomay ase ze onek gonta dere gonta onek ba 2 ঘন্টা দেখার আসলে মানে সুযোগ থাকে না সো লাইভ তো অবভিয়াসলি দেখতে পারুন না কেউ হয়তো খামে খাজে ব্যস্ত আর খাম শেষ হইলে আলাদা করে অনেক সময় আছে you know people want to relax, they watch a bit of this, they watch a bit of that, they channel hop, and it's understandable. So last show, you know, I decided that, you know, if we were to keep the shows short, 45 minutes to an hour, then it's manageable, people can watch and, you know, like absorb the information, leave comments, you know, keep the conversation going, and if needs be, we can do a follow-up show, you know, on the same topic. So what do you guys think? What could be the main reason why, you know, people make lavish homes back home whilst they're living here in borderline poverty, and at the same time agami একটা হিসাব দিছিলাম, একটা average হিসাব দিছিলাম যে 10 বছর বয়সে যদি কেউ উদ্দেশ্য আইয়া তখন দেশটা কি আইয়া মানে 20 বছর খাটাই দিছেন উদ্দেশ্য 20 বছরের মাঝে তাই প্রতি 5 বছরে 1 মাসের লাগি যাইন দেশ তে 20 বছরে 1 মাসের লাগি গেলে 4 মাস খাটাইছেন দেশ তো সর্বমোট তাইনের লাইফের মাঝে 30 বছর লাইফের মাঝে 10 বছর 4 মাস খাটাইছেন দেশ আর বাদ বাকি 19 বছর 8 মাস খাটাইছেন ও দেশ তো এই দেশ তাই মানে ঠানাঠুনি করি চলরা আর দেশ মানে এমন হাইফাই ভাবে মানে গড় বাড়ি বানাইছেন ইনো থাকবারও মানুষ নাই তো এটার কারণটা কিটা let's take the conversation forward. So let's see. Right, so Batiza Shazono is cheaper in Desh. Not by much. Actually, yeah. You know, it is quite cheap. It is quite cheap. You know, if you're building an average house, if you're sort of making a house with all the mod cons, as in, you know, অনেক দেশে আমি অনেক বাসা বাড়ি দেখছি, for example, they have tiled floors, they have tiled walls, they have tiled ceilings as well. So ufre mure tara tiles ase. Obviously, you know, if we were to do that in this country, you know it's going to be expensive. So okay, you know, it might be slightly cheaper back home. Well, actually quite cheaper back home because, you know, we're paying majority of it is in tax. We're paying tax, and therefore, you know, the product is actually, you know, sort of inflated because of tax, the addition of tax. Right, okay. So let me just have a quick scan through and see if I've missed anyone's comments. Yeah, Jackson Miyahu Islam, earlier on, sorry, I just sort of skipped that. comment. Jackson Mia says, some people go back home and build mansions and by using doing number foisha or ana declare idea. Yes. Ultimately, you know, if foisha to look at nani, and therefore I'm not saying Tega foisha the fatai nani, oneshamamda, you know, Western Union to shop shamamda use harina. You know, another good way of doing it is Heuzaida cash log at Leila dia. আমরা যদি সিলেট যাই বা ডাহালামি ননি আমরা পয়েন্টের মধ্যে এক্সচেঞ্জ আছে স্ট্রিট হকার্স আছে স্ট্রিট ট্রেডার্স তারা মানে টাকা পয়সা ডিলিং করে you exchange cash like one currency for another আর একটা আছে মানে আমি ব্ল্যাকের কারবার করি সো আমি হয়তো 1 লাখ টাকা তুইছি আমি দেশো for example ওহন Tehar dor fluctuate away, Tehar dor fluctuate away. What happens is when the rates go down, oshoma beshkori vatailai desho, you plow in your own personal money. Just when rates go up, you let it out, as in, I don't know. I'm just going to use Jackson Mia as an example. So Jackson Mia on a desho vataita. এই সময় মানে ঠেকার রেট হাই আমি যখন ঠেকার রেট আমি হারাইছি এই সময় ঠেকার রেট আছিল probably about say 120 টাকা per pound এখন যদি 120 টাকা pound হয় I put that ঠেকা in and then when Jackson Mayer came to send money এই সময় ঠেকার দর হইছে গিয়া কত probably about 160 টাকা so instantly per pound, I mean, now, if we go into £1,000, that's a lot of money. That is a lot of money. So that's how the system works, and that's true. Manchito tara foisha lukaiti bu somehow. Either should and if you're clever and you've done some basic bookkeeping courses. Either সরকারও আমরা provision দেয় like luxury to tahar within the law. For example, আমরা বাঙালির মাঝে যারা আমরা ব্যবসায়ী আছি বিজনেসম্যান আমরা কয়জনে জানি যে ব্যবসার নাম দিয়ে আমি যদি গাড়ি লই আর ব্যবসার লাগে আমি ইউজ করি for example 75% of the time আমি বিজনেসের লাগে আমি গাড়ি ইউজ করি then 25% যে আমি আমার personal use করতাম it doesn't really count because হলো কিছুটা মানে dodging করুন so they just say mileage লিখে রাখলা যে আমি আজকে স্টাফ উঠাইছি এরপরে আমি আজকে cash and carry থেকে আমি সামান আনলাইছি so it's for business purposes and even better যদি business and name logo you stick it on the car then it's essentially a business car so it doesn't really matter about your personal use because you're constantly using your car for advertising and if that's the case you get a tax break on that so not a lot of people know that these things and monkey anything that you use for promoting your business essentially what happens is anything promoting your business is actually tax deductible. So stationery, newspaper adverts on the back of buses, adverts on billboards, road signs, other merchandises like, for example, cups, pens, stuff like that. All that, it is like a tax deductible. কিন্তু আমরা বাঙালি ব্যবসায়ী আমরা এশিয়ান ব্যবসায়ী হতে কয়জন আমরা জানি আমরা করমু কিতা মাইক্রা খান লইমু and I'm not stereotyping guys like please don't be offended I'm not stereotyping I'm just saying that's a common theme that I've seen over my 30 odd years experience in working with in the industry আমরা 200-300 বনে আমরা গাড়ি লইয়া এটা আমরা এমন চালাইমু এটার একবারে mileage clock কইরা না নি আবার রিসেট কইরা আরেকবার ক্লক করা শুরু করি and then every month on average আর আমরা 200-300 গুণ খরচ করতাম on the maintenance. Now অনেকজনে জানুন না but এই maintenance cost এটাও ইয়া বিজনেসের মারফতে যাওয়া যায়. So let's assume আমরা যদি কোয়ার্টারলি যদি একজনে 5,000 pound দেওয়া লাগে VAT, everything that's been spent so far on certain items that can be deducted from that. All 5,000 pound deduct হইব. So essentially what's happening is সরকারের পয়সা দিয়া আপনি অ্যাডভার্টাইজ করলা আপনার নিজের ব্যবসার অ্যাডভার্টাইজ করলা সরকারের পয়সা দিয়া আপনি গাড়ি চালাইলা and that's how it works. So বড় বড় লোক হল যারা আছে, let's say আমরা পাকিস্তানি ফ্রেন্ড বন্ধু হল আসুন না কিছু যে বড় বড় জিপ হল চালাইরা বড় বড় গাড়ি expensive cars তারা বিজনেসের মারফতে আনলে majority of it is tax write-off straight away. So there's a lot of techniques there that will cover certain accounting what you call it loopholes in a future program. I'm not 100% up to date with it. I did accountancy level 2. Level 3 I mean exam this in so I wouldn't want to give you like false information, but I'll get someone who's a specialist in this field and could give you more insight into it. So let's see, moving on. Yeah, Jackson there's another reason why people build plots back home is for investment purposes or to sell and bring the money back to the UK and do something here. Again, you're absolutely right. Most people, some of them I know, have definitely bought land লইয়া তারা প্লট হইয়া প্লট হিসাবে তারা বেশি না obviously they're making 10 থেকে 15 গুণ পয়সা বানাইরা গুণ থেকে খায়রুল ইসলাম ভাইয়া হইরা they feel that they are not belong to this country. আচ্ছা, yes, খায়রুল ভাইয়া আসলে very good একটা পয়েন্ট তাই রেজ করছেন. And just to be like perfectly clear, like I mentioned earlier on in the show, as we started, I said that like in my youth, I used to go to Bangladesh every single year. In my adulthood, up until 2014, I was there, every year, if not twice, at least once. And ultimately, like আমরা ব্যবসা চাইতে অনেক সময় আগে হইতা যে রে এমন এক সময় আইব ইতায় লাইতি আবার হইয়া দিব দেশনে তো মাথা তুই এবার ঠাই রাখো দেশ, which is sound advice because look at your surroundings. Dainabo saya dehuka kita uito, especially with the uprising of Islamophobia. Just think of it. There's two ways of thinking of it. There might be a time where everyone says আমরা খেউ আসুন যে we're so comfy, we've been here for so long, অনেকে আমরা লাল পাসপোর্ট করছি না এখনো, ব্রিটিশ পাসপোর্ট করছি না, আমাদের দেশি পাসপোর্ট রয়েছে. ওখান যদি গভর্নমেন্ট একটা আইন করি দেয় যে লোক যার ব্রিটিশ পাসপোর্ট নাই তারা যেটি ফয়লা, that's the first batch getting out. ওখান let's say for example another thing, it's not going to happen overnight, but there must be reasons to sort of start these policies. ওখান যদি না নি মনে করুকা যে মনে করুকা বোমা ফুটের উপরে মারামারি আর যদি তারা খালি মুসলমানের উপরে বা বিদেশির উপরে তারা ব্লেম করে, এমনও হইতে পারে যে পলিসি তারা এমনভাবে তারা করতে পারবো যে এক strike and you're out. Already last year there was a bit of hoo-ha going on about like কিছু মানুষ রিপোর্টিং করিলার কারণ তারারে কোনো ক্রিমিনাল অ্যাক্টিভিটি যদি পায় তে তারা ডিপোর্টেশনের পাওয়ার দিলাইছিল obviously it's not current at the moment but তারা ট্রায়াল যখন করছে আর মানুষের যখন ফাটাই দিছে তারা যার দেশও এমন কি কোয়েশ্চন আছে যে তারা এই ধরনের কাম করতো নাই ভবিষ্যতে সো গোয়িং ব্যাক আমরা ব্যবসা চিন্তা যে হয়েছিলাম মাথা রাখার ঠাই রাখরে বেটাইন that's one of the reasons why some of us of old schools যারা আমার লাখান আমার বেসের যারা আসুন অনেকের কিছু জায়গা সম্পদ আছে জাস্ট ইন কেস ফর রেইনি ডে যদি এমন হয় অ্যাটলিস্ট ফ্যামিলিলি আমরা দেশে গিয়া খোলা আকাশের তলায় আর থাকা লাগতো নাই অ্যাটলিস্ট মাথার উপরে সানি থাকবো আর রিজনেবল অ্যাবাউট রিজনেবল অ্যামাউন্ট অফ ল্যান্ড যেন আমরা কৃষি কর্ম হই দিয়া নিজে আমরা কাম করতাম পারবো মানুষরাও কাম দিতাম পারবো আমরা উচিল্লা আরও জনও খাইতে পারবো আমরাও খাইতাম পারবো So that's some of our plans. সেও আছে যে তারা অনেক সময় এই ধরনের চিন্তা ধারণা করে যে না এমন হইতো নাই আমিও like I said I was born and raised here okay so আমারও ও ধরনের ধারণা থাকার কথা বিকজ ছোট থেকে বড় হইছি আমি আমার রাইটস সকল জানি but everything goes out of the window when legislation changes so এটা আমরা মাইন্ডও রাখতাম হয় মাইন্ডও রাখা লাগবো যে আমরা রেস রিলেশনস একটা জিনিসটা আছে বা you never know কোন সময় কোন ইমিগ্রেশন ক্লজ আইব যে কোনো এক কারণে তারা ডিপোর্টিং করার বাহানা পাইব আর যদি এরকম বাহানা পাইয়া থাকে আর যদি ফাটাই দেয় যে আমরা আর রোহিঙ্গা হল জানা আসুন তারার মধ্যে কোনো তৌফাত থাকতো নাই রোহিঙ্গার মাঝে তো অনেক ডাক্তার ব্যবসায়ী সলিসিটার আসিল নানি তারা তো এখন বর্তমানে কিচ্ছু নাই তদ্রুফি আমরা যে লাগান নানি সেও আছি আমরা পালা চাকরি টাকরি লইয়া আছি বাট এমনও তো হইতে পারে যে আমরা যদি এই ধরনের একটা নমুনা ঘটে তাহলে আমরা যদি হঠাৎ করে আমরা ফিটির মাঝে যে খাফর আছে ফরনা যে খাফর আছে ওগুন নিয়ে আমরা যাইতাম আর কিছু দরবার টাইম নাই বা ফাঁক করার টাইম নাই এই ধরনের যদি হয় তাহলে আমরা কিতা করবো আমরা দেশে যখন যাইমু আমরা দেশের মানুষ যদি আমরা খালি হাতে যাই দেশের মানুষ আমরা গ্রহণ করবো নি that is a question it's something for debate and something to think about I'm just gonna move on আমরা মোহাম্মদ শাহজাহান হইরা yes you can do lavishing home as long as you look after the poor yes like I said like একজনের বাহানায় আরেকজন ফর এক্সাম্পল উদ্দেশ্য জালাহান আমরা ব্যবসা সাইন্সের সময় ফয়লা রেস্টুরেন্ট হল করছন আমরা একজনের বাহানায় আরও 5 জনে খাম পাইছে সো তদ্রুফি লুকিং অ্যাট দ্যাট সেম মডেল আমরা দেশে গিয়া না মনে করুকা যারা জায়গা সম্পদ আছে নিজে আপনারা গৃহস্থী করুকা rather than বাকি is someone does the work for you in return of half the crop and half the expenses so they take responsibility for half of the expense and you take responsibility for half the expense so on average ek kiar zamin ba ek kadar ek kiar আমরা normally তো আমরা সিলেটি হলতে আমরা কিয়ার হই বা 30 decimal or if you using the modern math 28 decimal 28 decimal অথবা 30 decimal 30 decimal এক কিয়ার হয় on average এক কিয়ার জায়গার মাঝে যদি ধান ফসল হয় you get about roughly about 20 মণ ধান হয় so in looking at that 20 মণ এক মণে 40 শের so what's that 800 is it yeah it's about 800 800 share 800 share যদি kilo আমরা convert করি so that's like about 320 kilos minus the thingy the chaff you know, there's a tush hoi bachol, daner ze bachol, tush. Minus that, roughly about 300, about 290 kilos of rice per 30 decimal or 28 decimal land. Now, depending on, you know, like, you do the maths, and looking at the maths, you know, you can figure out how much cropland you need to survive if push comes to shove. Again, you know, that's a topic for another day, because that's quite intense. Oh, we've got Mohammed Saim is watching as well. Assalamu alaikum, bro. Nice of you to join us. Right, so let's see. Mohammed Shah's enough with these. Right, I'm not going to read that. Khairul Islam Khuida. Also, if you are claiming all the benefit here, you can't just get £100,000 out. It's effectively, yeah. I agree. And I mean, again, I mean, camera issue. I mean, কিছু হইতাম চাই না, কারণ যদি এটা রং আতো ফুরি যায় ইনফরমেশনটা, তাহলে সবাই লাগে আসলে সমস্যা দাঁড়াইতে পারে। Shuelme comment করলা আরেকটা, you know, that's going into a different topic. He's saying make money haram way and eat halal food. True. You know, like argument করে যে দেশের সোল ও দেশের সোলের লগে আমরা চললাম, but effectively, in my point of view, yeah, it's absolutely right. You know, haram is haram, man. You know, like the old saying used to go, you know, zarar girost asil, you know, tara barit goro hol asil, gai asil, the gai takhle to, you know, like fresh দুধ খাওয়া গেছে. So the saying used to say, you know, আমরা গাঁও দেশের আর কি, গাঁও দেশের কথা, বেশিরভাগ দুধের মাঝে যদি সেনা এক ফুটা পড়ি যায়, আস্তা দুধ এটা খারাপ. So যারা বুঝরা না যে সেনা কিতা, তারা লাগে আমি একটু ক্লারিফাই করি যে গরুর যে গরুর পেশাব যদি এক ফুটা পড়ি যায় কি দুধের হান্ডির মাঝে, দুনার মাঝে, সাধারণত আমরা দুনা হইয়া থাকি, যদি দুনার মাঝে এক ফুটা সেনা বা এক ফুটা পেশাব পড়ি যায় কি, আস্তা ফট এটা বিনাশ. আর সাধারণত আমরা বইয়ের মাঝে আগে পড়তাম দুধে আলতা, এটার মানে হচ্ছে গিয়ে যে দুধ এটা একটা পরিষ্কার একটা জিনিস, সাদা জিনিস, হোয়াইট, ব্রিলিয়েন্ট হোয়াইট. আলতা হচ্ছে গিয়ে it's like a color that's traditionally, you know, like বিটেনতে তারা ফাওয়ার তলা রঙাইতো, ফাওয়ার তলা আতু তোতা রঙাইতো, similar to বেন্দি. এটার মাঝে যদি এক ফুটা এই আলতা পরি যায় গিয়ে, তো এই দুধে পিঙ্ক হয়ে যাওয়া লাগে, it's not white anymore. So থুদ্রুফি, you know, আপনি যতই হালাল হইন না এখানে, যদি আপনার হারাম একটা জিনিস হইয়া থাকে আর সামান্য যদি আপনি হালাল দিয়ে খালি মানে ফিল আপ করুন, still haram, because there's a slight portion of it which is diluted in the entire pot, if you will. So again, like I say, halal haram is something that probably we could talk about on a different topic, have it as a specific topic, and look at, you know, like halal kitan, haram kitan. You know, there are clear guidelines on it, and you know, we can discuss that on another day. There are many sentimental reasons, mainly for the older generation. They want children, grandchildren to visit Bangladesh. Therefore, they build houses to make it comfortable and appealing. Yes, 100% এটা সুন্দর একটা কথা কইছন, আর একদম খাঁটি কথা, কারণ হইছে গিয়া, for example, I'm going to refer to my dad. You know, আমার আব্বাই ওরকম খরচন, তাই দলা এই কষ্ট হইরা পয়সা দলা হইরা বাসা বাড়ি খরচন, ও কারণে যে, you know, আমরা যাইমু, আমরা গিয়া মানে আরামে থাকতাম পারমু, গরো বাথরুম আছে, so we don't have to go to the bottom of the garden, বা ফুকুরের ফারো যাওয়া লাগতো নাই, as we used to do traditionally back in the days. So you're totally right. And obviously, they were thinking one step ahead, as in, you know, not just their children, but their children's children. So you're absolutely right. It's something for them, to be appealing when they go back home. Ahmad Hussain Bayo, Assalamu alaikum, bro. Thank you for joining us. Um, put down a few comments, guys, and I will just go through the comments and let's get the conversation going. And again, I'm asking you guys to bash the like button. Let me know, that you're interested in the topic that we're chatting about, and see if it's appealing to you. And also, share, guys. Share. Let other people watch. Give them the opportunity to, have a chit chat. This is informal. We're just having an informal chat. It's something for me to learn from you guys to learn from other people, etc. It's a give and take thing. One thing that makes me laugh: we all commit haram and then we say all halal. Yes. Most of us do. Like I said, that's a topic that I'd rather, sort of discuss in a separate show, because it's a very in-depth, very deep at that topic, because we'll have to, sort of literally turn the clock back and go to the root of the cause post-war, going back 1942, 1945, when I'm the first generation of our Studioz, back in the days during the war and after the war, and we'll have to touch from there and see the reasoning behind. So again, there's a clear cut, simple solution, simple answer. Halal is halal, haram is haram. There's no buts and ifs about it. It's clearly defined. But like I said, it's something that we need to discuss, on another topic, on another day. Nanu Bhai o dekhra, Assalamu alaikum Nanu Bhai. Nice of you to join us. Afnan মন্তব্য কিতা আজকের টপিক হইছে গিয়া আমরা দেশও মানে শাহী বাড়ি বিল্ডিং করি, কিন্তু ও দেশে আমরা মানে গরিবেল্লাহান থাহরাম। এটার সম্বন্ধে আপনার মন্তব্য কিতা? এটার পিছনে কোনো চিন্তা ধারণা আসেনি আপনার? One positive is indirect wealth distribution, i.e. creating jobs and commerce in BD. Through the expenditure associated with construction, all helps grow the local economy. Absolutely. একটু আগে আমি হয়ে গেছি যে আমরা ব্যবসা চাইতে যে সময় মানে পয়লা কাফে রেস্টুরেন্ট করছিলাম, একজনের বাহানায় একজনের রুচিলা আমরা 5 জন আমরা খাম পাইছি। আমি তদ্রুপে আমরা দেশে যারা যাইমু, for example, আমি যদি যাই গিয়ে, if I decide to go and live there, আমরা জায়গা জমি যা আছে না, আমার তো my age, I don't think I can go and do plowing. I don't think I can manage all that hard physical work. But at the same time, আমি যদি আরো জন আমি সুযোগ সুবিধা দিয়া দিই, এক বাহানায় আমার খাম হইলো, আমি আমার ফসল পাইলাম, তারাও এক অংশ পাইলো, তারাও জীবিকা পালন করতে পারলো। So you're absolutely right. It's creating a microeconomy within the community and supporting each other. You're absolutely right. Ansaruddin Shabe dekhra, Assalamu alaikum. কিছু মন্তব্য করুকা। I've got my bro Kamran Hussain is watching as well, and Sajjad Bayo dekhra, Sajjad Aziz Malik. Assalamu alaikum guys, thank you for watching. We've got Tua Chaudhry, my bagna stroke batiza, he's watching as well. Thank you very much for tuning in, guys. Like I say, smash the like button, love button, happy button, sad button, angry button, whichever button you fancy. Just let me know that you guys are alive and kicking. So young generation will not be building houses, and eventually time will come that most will not even consider Bangladesh for holidays. Family ties disappear. Yes, that is a possibility. Because আমরা জেনারেশন যারা আছে আমরা এখনও নানি আমরা বাংলাদেশের লগে ঠাইজ আছে, we go back home. One of the reasons is আমরা কিছু ছোটো মহল আসুন, অনেক আমরা মানে ওল্ড স্কুল যারা আছি আমরা মা বাবারে আমরা দেশে নিয়ে খবর দিছি, so আমরা reason আছে, we have reason to go there, we have a duty to go there. Whereas আমরা বাচ্চাইন যারা আছে they have a totally different mentality. They have a different, yeah, they'll go to Bangladesh, you know, maybe once every 5 years, but like Zutubay has said, yeah, they would prefer to go to other destinations because, you know, from what I've learned from experience, অনেক মানুষে কইন যে আমি 2 হপ্তাহ লাগি গেলাম হলিডেত রিল্যাক্স করবার লাগি, কিন্তু when I come back my hair's falling out. And most people have, you know, like sort of at some point in their life have experienced that. And at the same time, you know, if we were to take a 2-week break to Egypt, for example, other than the scare of, you know, like being shot by, you know, like Dakhaytohol, you know, it's a brilliant, you know, brilliant time spent. Or even Dubai, you know, if you go for a, you know, a couple of weeks in Dubai, wow, you come back home fresh, ready to take the world on again. And that's what our kids look at. You know, they don't want the hassle. They just want to go, chill, relax, come back, refreshed, soldier on. So, yeah, I totally agree. But it's down to us. It's down to us to actually make sure that that doesn't happen. You know, we need to show that beneath all the negatives, there are positives there. End of the day, আমরা ভাষা জানে, আমরা বাঙালি, ভাষা মাতে হতায়, মাসে বাতে, আমরা বাঙালি. And no matter what you say, no matter what we do, আমরা বাঙালি থাকবো. But if we sever our ties and, you know, we rarely turn up, then who are we? আমরা identity kita, আমরা পরিচয়টা kita. That's something to think about. Modina Huida, there is a clear risk, and they are openly discussing this in the mainstream. Yes, I'm assuming he's referring to immigration rules that are an editing correct in terms of, you know, difficult times are ahead. You know, I'd rather not, you know, mention something on video, but I'll tell you this much, you know, difficult times are ahead, and keep a close eye on media, not necessarily just British media, but world media as well. You know, it gives you an indication of things to come. Modina Arahuida, you really think Bangladesh government will take you in? They will disown you in a tick? Yes, it's a very valid question you've asked, Modin. Already, under Bangladesh, but I think Parliament it was actually addressed and proposed that যারা dual nationality নাই, আমরা মাঝে আছে অনেক মানুষের আছে যে আমরা শুধুমাত্র ব্রিটিশ পাসপোর্ট, ব্রিটিশ ন্যাশনালিটি, ব্রিটিশ পাসপোর্ট আছে, আর কোনো ন্যাশনালিটি নাই. খেউর আছে যে আমরা বাংলাদেশের পাসপোর্ট আছে, আমরা রিনিউ হইতে রাখি. ফর এক্সাম্পল, me as an example, you know, আমি dual nationality, বাংলাদেশি পাসপোর্টও আছে আমার, ওদেশি পাসপোর্টও আছে. আর ও যেন মোদিনে যে হইলা যেন প্রশ্নটা, do you really think Bangladesh government will take you in? They will disown you in a tick. ও কারণে, okay, call me, you know, like a conspiracy theorist, but just for that reason alone, আমি dual nationality হইতে রাখছি সকলরু. Simply because যদি কোনো এক সময় আয়, for example, I'm going back to তারা যে একটা ডিসকাশন হয়েছিল আর কি পার্লামেন্ট, আমরা বাংলাদেশ সংসদে একটা ডিসকাশন হয়েছিল. ডিসকাশনটা এসেন্সিয়ালি ওরকম হয়েছে যে যারা নাগরিকতা ন্যাশনালিটি নাই সিটিজেনশিপ নাই তারা বাংলাদেশে গিয়ে জায়গা ক্লেম করতে পারতো না that was one of the main issues and that was something that a lot of people were causing a lot of hoo-ha over and thankfully it passed recently but like I said before in terms of immigration laws Bangladesh যদিও ছোট দেশ হয়ে থাকে না এখানে বাংলাদেশ হচ্ছে তার নিজের একটা ইন্ডিপেন্ডেন্ট দেশ এবলা বাংলাদেশ সরকারের যেটাও হইব না এখানে ওটাও স্টিক it doesn't matter United Nations কিতা হয় it's got no consequence whatsoever so it's down to Bangladesh আমরা Bangladesh politicians এর উপরে so they can turn around and say yep আমরা দেশের নাগরিকতা জান নাই ন্যাশনালিটি বা সিটিজেনশিপ জান নাই তারা দিতাম নাই তারা কিছু ফাইতো নাই হে টুরিস্ট হিসেবে আউক টুরিস্ট হিসেবে হে দেশ আউক আইয়া তার টাকাটা খরচ হইয়া যাওক just like any other tourist but তার দেশে হে দাবি করতে পারতো নাই এমন দিন আইতেও পারে you never know I'm not dissing it Modina Arohuida, which is a fantastic, I'm loving it. He's coming up with some brilliant comments here. He's saying, look at the Jews in the 40s. They were in Germany for centuries. Absolutely, yes, I agree with you 100%. Tara's a policy ta khorsil, during the war, policies are khorsil. Maybe they didn't word it as diplomatically, but nowadays they might word it in such a way that they will find a clause, find a way to exclude certain races, certain backgrounds, etc. So we do it's happened, many times in history, many times in history, over the past 2 centuries, over 200 years, it's happened. We've seen many instances of it. The only difference is, it's the wording, diplomatic wording, or political correctness as it's known in today's terms. So you're absolutely spot on and bang on right. Anwarul Islam Bayo Dekhra, Assalamu alaikum bro. I've got Alisha Ali Maju is watching as well. How's it going? You alright? Thumbs up to you guys. Modin, lol. Even if you manage to get there, your cousins and relatives will take over all your properties and be waiting with long days. Yes. Ita হও সময় নাই এখনো উইয়া যার ওরকম অনেক ঘটনা ওর বিষ খাওয়াইয়া আমারটা মানুষ হায়ার হয়ে যায় না to make it look like a ডাকাতি gone wrong. Yeah, there are instances, but হহল ইলা নাই bro. হহল যদি ইলাখানো হয় না হহল যদি আতর ফাঁস আঙ্গুল সমান নাই, as the saying goes. যদি হহল ইলা উইতা নানি দুনিয়ায় থাকলো না নে bro. কিয়ামত হয়ে গেল নে. That's in my opinion. দেখো আমরা ইউরোপ জেনে আছি কয়জন সাদা মানুষ আমরা মানে কিতা করে গিন্না করে. Not all of them. There's a lot of people out there that genuinely see things from our point of view as well. So yeah, I totally agree with you. কারণ আমার নিজের দেখা অনেক ফ্যামিলি ওলা এখন ধ্বংস হইছে, but not all bro. Oh mashallah, Mukhlis Ali is watching as well. Assalamu alaikum bro. We've got আমরা আইএলবির অ্যাডমিনও আসুন, আমরা হাসিনা বেগম আসুন, ইদ্রিস আলী ভাই আসুন. Assalamu alaikum guys, and thank you for joining. Hasina Begum Huida, it's a tax haven for some by transferring wealth. Realistically speaking, as the gap widens with the younger generation, they will not be prepared to take risks in investing in Bangladesh based on lack of security and rights for Bengalis living outside that country. You're absolutely right. একটু আগে হইয়া গেছে যে আমরা সংসদের মাঝে পার্লামেন্টে যদি তারা if they pass this clause that if you're not a citizen of Bangladesh, you can't claim any rights to any property. It doesn't matter if you bought it. It's like anything else, we, because we're citizens of the United Kingdom, just because, we have the right to visit any country, we can go to any country except Israel, doesn't mean that, we can buy property anywhere. Like, I'm not... People buy, like Spain, Tenerife, Greece, Italy, go and buy holiday homes and so on and so forth. But don't forget, most of them can't own it outright. So they have to have an agent who takes a cut so the money stays within the state, within the country, etc. So if they were to do something like that, it'd be devastating for, I'd say, 99.999% of Bengalis in this country. So it's a scary thought. It genuinely is a scary thought. Right, so that was a joke, by the way. I was talking about alright, okay, fair enough. Assalamu alaikum, despite. So what are your views on this matter? So Chinese by Ereh, so the day they are kicked out of UK, they'll have palaces. It's the poor man's dream. Ambitions to have the expensive car, biggest house and wealth. Yeah, in short, you're quite right. So if the worst were to come, those who had invested abroad have their papers regularly checked, doing solicitors doing a health check on their property, on their land deeds, etc., etc. Yeah, with the exception of if Bangladesh government, says, well, okay, if you're not a citizen of Bangladesh, you can't lay a claim on it, then all that is for nothing. But if you have a dual nationality, then you've escaped that clause, and therefore, you can live in luxury. You can have expensive cars, etc., etc. Why not? Oh, we've got Munar Ali Bhai watching as well. Assalamu alaikum, bro. Long time no see. We need to catch up, man. Amar elakar manushra. Plus, we used to be colleagues at one time. I haven't seen you in ages, man. We need to get in touch. Idris Bhai, hello, good to see you on here. Lovely jubbly. Right, okay. Shuel me ekta dialogue, ekta comment this one. I'm not going to read that. This way of Ejay Bhai, Jitu Mia is my friend and cousin. Go on. Keep it in the family, bro. You have done one heck of a job to get him out of hibernation. Shabash Bengali. All credit to the community, bro. The credit to the community. We learn from each other. That's the beauty of, like MBS and everything we stand for. Same with ILB, the I Love Bangladesh group. It's all about learning from, someone who knows one single letter, and it's a gradual process. Lol, there's nothing good on TV, and Ejay Bhai picked a good topic. Oi. Tikase, no. It's like, yeah, kunta nai television duro ar kita kortam. Yeah, tararoi dikhi Goff Shoff kori tar lage. Fair enough, bro. Fair enough. Faces in auto bootta. Thank you. So let's see. Alam Shah is watching. Assalamu alaikum, bro. Thank you for joining us. It's Salih bhaiya hoida buchchi rewa khali boro boro basha kita banaitai desho. That's why you have tuned in. That could be a good possibility. Digi do kisu hunya kisu judi mane Facebook kisu iktam pari te khami aigune hoddin. Maybe this guy's got your intentions, bro. Right, Chinese way of there. Plenty of hotels there now. I didn't bother building a bari or basha. I just want to go to Desh, enjoy my holiday hassle free. Alhamdulillah. Yes, carefree. You did that, bro. Far by. Ultimately, again, like I might be a conspiracy theorist, but based on history, looking at what's happened in history of various races, various nations, and under current Desher history, under Bangladesh, is relatively a very young country, only what 47 years old. So it's relatively young. Maybe like I'm keeping my fingers crossed, that we learn from other historical mistakes and other blunders that have been made over the years of various nations, that we learn our mistake and learn to actually, progress without making the same mistakes at our own cost, at our own expense. But my advice would be always have a backup plan. Always have a backup plan. That's me. That's my opinion. But I sincerely hope your carefree lifestyle works out. In an ideal world, it would be great. I'd rather go Bangladesh, chill out at a hotel, go places, view the views, and come back worry free. No worries about anyone taking over my land, etc., my body. In an ideal world, that would be great, bro. But sadly, this is a wake-up call for you guys. It's not an ideal world. So, like I say, that's my own opinion. I'd rather have a backup plan. Anything and everything I do, I always think a step ahead, and I always have a backup plan. If something fails, I always want to have something to fall back on. But that's just me. I could be paranoid, but like I say, we cannot, as a nation, as as a culture, as a race, as human beings, move forward if we don't, monitor the past, learn from the past, improve the present, so that we can build, build the future, from what we've learned. We don't create, make the same mistakes. We don't lose what our forefathers have lost in order to progress. That's my own, personal point of view. But like I say, it'll be ideal. It'll be really, really good, man. If everything is smooth sailing, happy days. I'm with you on that one. So let's see. Anyway, more and more of the younger generation do not identify as Bangladeshi. Most kids can't even speak the language, so they will be like fish out of water. Will not enjoy the visit to BD, Bangladesh, and will not want to go back. Yeah, again, I totally agree with you. I totally agree with you in the sense that a lot of people do, feel that way. And that's partially because, we're not taking our kids back home often. One of the reasons may be, it's quite expensive, because the only time we manage to take them back is during the holidays. And during the holidays, it's peak time. Peak time means that ticket prices can be as stupid as £1,200. So, it's the camel, not the camel, it's the straw that broke the camel's back. But ultimately, it's down to us to show our kids, the beauty of Bangladesh, to teach them as much as we can about the culture, where we came from, who we are, rather than let our kids find out for themselves, what identity they want to take on to identify themselves. You know, maybe, like, again, that's something that I'd like to, discuss in a future episode, about identity and the identity crisis that we have. Who do we identify ourselves as? Us, as in, I'm that generation, the next generation, and the generation after them. How much change is there between the generations, and whether we can pinpoint as to why there has been such a gap, because our parents, didn't fail us, because, like I said, I was born and raised here, born in East London, raised here, and then in my teens I started going back to Bangladesh. In my childhood I went a few times with my parents. I loved it, because it's like, to me, it brought back memories of Edgar Burroughs' Tarzan, like the jungle. And back then, আমরা town holo populated us in that, so it wasn't that busy. We still had a lot of trees, আমরা বাড়িতে ছিল, it was more green, the areas, and I just loved it. Apart from the mushers, the mosquitoes, I loved it. That's my earliest childhood memories, and because I loved it so much, I carried on going there. So we need to identify, like, why our kids don't want to go there. Is it because we're not, like, sort of telling them, or we're not sort of feeding them with information, or we're not chatting to them about the beauties of Bangladesh? Could it be that we're working so hard? Some of us work day and night, and we don't have the energy or time to actually sit down and discuss these things with them. It's something that we need to identify, and possibly in the near future address. Chinese way of it, I prefer my Dubai holidays much better. Yeah, I agree with you. It's, after all, they do say it's heaven on earth. So yeah. I mean, to be honest with you, I spend 1 month back home. I end up getting more grey hairs in 1 month than I get in a year. But that being said, I still fancy going back, even though I wouldn't mind a couple of weeks in Europe somewhere, just to chill. But I'd rather go back to Bangladesh, chill out with the folks over there, even though sometimes some of them can be a bit nasty. But perseverance. You need to discuss the importance of maintaining a dignified lifestyle in the country you are living. Not send everything in BD, and as you said, you only spend a fraction of your lifetime. Particularly, this is very important for our children who will live in this country. You're absolutely right. আমরা একটা ব্যালেন্সের দরকার. We need to balance things out and sort of weigh things up and see, what proportion we need to split between a Bangladesh and over here. Some of us look at like investing in Bangladesh as an investment, as in a money growing scheme. Some of us look at it as a backup plan. If things turn a bit, like whoopsie daisy, we've got something to fall back on. Like শহরে জায়গায় tuition নিতে অনেক আগে, 25-30 বছর আগে আমরা শহরে জায়গা লইয়া তুইছি, and then plot বানাইয়া বেছিলাম, ধীরে বেচলাম, so that আমরা যে টাউনের বাইরে কিছু জায়গা আছে ওগুলো আমরা ডেভেলপ করতাম পারি, open up markets, বাসভবন করতাম পারি, set up some apartment buildings and so on and so forth. It's all about generating income যে income আমরা ঈদের সময় পাইলাম না নে আমরা বাংলাদেশে income আমরা পাইলাম, so we've got something to fall back on if times um, if we fall on hard times. আর অনেক মানুষ আছে, they think, well, is it worth it? They start to question, is it worth it? So it's just something that we need to, sort of weigh up. We need to sort of weigh up, and in my opinion, like Khairul Bhai said, we need to find a balance, of maintaining everything, overall. My uncle Abdul Mukit is watching. Assalamu alaikum, Sasa. All the way from Baltigram. How are you, sir? And we've also got Mir Ahmed is watching as well. Hello to you. Hope you're all okay. And we're coming to the end of the show. But just to summarize, we've been talking about this really interesting topic that a sister asked on one of my earlier shows about why do we make lavish homes back home in Bangladesh when we live in the UK or abroad, borderline poverty. And I reckon, I think we've had a pretty good discussion, looking at the time and the participation, bearing in mind quite a lot of people are still working, so hopefully maybe people who join us afterwards, maybe they can leave some comments, and yes, we will interact, guys. I'm sure you guys will interact as well. Feel free to comment. And since we're coming to the end of the show, I just want to quickly sort of just say that, guys, if you enjoyed the show, hit the like button. As a matter of fact, no, don't smash it, just hit it, hit the like button, the love button, the wow button, the angry button, the sad button, whichever button you want to hit depending on your mood. Hit it, like the video, share the hell out of it, and I'll be posting a YouTube channel, and I'm going to ask you guys to subscribe to the channel. It doesn't cost you anything, it only takes a second. I'll put a link there. All the videos are uploaded in high quality HD quality, minus a couple of videos. A couple of the earlier videos weren't in HD because we had some problems with the streaming, and obviously the quality of the streaming is the outcome of what we actually have on the hard copy. So yeah, hit the like button, share the video, if you think anyone's going to be interested in, listening to a topic like this. And also, I'll be posting a little post just to sort of see what kind of topics you'd like to see me cover. If there are any specialist topics, anything specific, for example, about accountancy, for example, immigration, welfare benefits and stuff, let me know in the comments, and hopefully things that I'm not up to date with, I'll try and bring in a specialist. I've got many different friends in many different fields, and hopefully if they're available, then I'll bring them in, to have a chat with you guys. And with these special programs, obviously I'll let you know a week in advance, so you can prepare yourself, or at least know that particular topic is coming up. Let's see now. Let's see what else is there. There's another comment from Khairul Bhai, and it's saying, how can you have £100,000 saved from your work to materialise your backup plan like building a basha if you maintain a lower middle class lifestyle? In my opinion, for the sake of our children, I can't even imagine that, even though I consider myself not someone who's on a low wage. You can do. You can do. Bangladesh, obviously, you know, obviously, you know that banks are keen to, you know, offer you loans, and providing that you have a good business plan, you know what you're doing, with the footprint of, you know, how much space you're using and what you're using it for, what kind of forecasted income you're going to get, what kind of bank payments you're looking at, and for how long. Yeah, you could actually plan it out and essentially basically feed the fire with fire. You know, you can you can have your own building, you know, maybe a shopping complex, pre-let it, and you know your loan can be paid from the income generated from the lets, and you still have some residual income to cover yourself. I mean, if you're comfortable over here, then you can probably save that money and, you know, put it in a pot and, you know, do a lump sum, you know, every 5 or 10 years, depending on how long you take the loan for. Or, you know, in Bangladesh they call it loan, but over here we call it a mortgage. So let's see. Like I said, you know, I'm going to wrap it up, and thank you everyone for watching. You know, really, you know, appreciate your patience and, you know, your participation. There's been some fantastic comments, brilliant participation. Like I say, guys, you know, like, hit the like button if you you know, if you found this video useful. Like, comment, share, tag a friend, let people know, because, you know, if I don't get enough enough likes, it just goes to show that, you know, people aren't bothered about it. And if people aren't bothered about it, then it's pretty much pointless of me, you know, yapping on and wasting my own time, because at the moment we're going on, what, 1 hour 32 minutes. By that time I could have been watching a movie. So, you know, to make me show me a sign that, you know, like, my time is appreciated, and, you know, also to sort of bring certain topics in light, whether I cover it, you know, if I've got enough knowledge about it, I'll cover it. If not, I'll get a guest who specialises in that particular field to cover it. And on that note, like I say, you know, I'm gonna call it quits for this evening. And again, you know, thank you very much, guys, for participating this evening. We've got quite a lot of comments and good participation this evening. So, you know, sincerely, from the bottom of my heart, thank you very much for participating today. And, you know, I did say, you know, it's going to be a 45-minute to an hour video, but but as we progress, yes, I'm going to try and keep it short and focused. So, with that in mind, bala tahuka, shushta tahuka, shundar tahuka, Assalamu alaikum, adab, and have a very good night.